Testing, testing. 1, 2. Oh, hey guys. The left are back at it again. Calling our March for Australia racist. Hateful. You're hateful. Anyway, fuck them cunts. They always have something to complain about. Okay, news.com.au. We've got March for Australia group releases details about anti-immigration rally. Funny one, David Wu. An anti-immigration group behind a planned nationwide demonstration has provided more details about why they are rallying. Earlier this month, March for Australia said protests are scheduled across the country on August 31 to demand the government end mass immigration. It claimed Australia's unity and shared values that had been eroded by policies, movements that divide us, and migration had torn at the bonds holding communities together. This march is a stand for the people, culture and nation that built Australia and for our right to decide its future, its website read. So here it just shows a picture of 2 locations where it will be happening. So this one's Flinders Street Station and this one's in Anzac Memorial Park. In a new update on Monday, the group posted flyers about the 9 locations of the protest, saying thousands of Australians will simultaneously march on Sunday. Big business wants endless migration, whether it's Coles and Woolworths, the big banks, universities, or the Business Council of Australia. They all want big Australia, a population of 100 million ASAP, the statement said. Each migrant means they can sell another 365 days worth of food or another mortgage. The only cost? Our nation. Whether you're concerned for our culture, wages, traffic, housing supply, water supply, environmental destruction, infrastructure, hospitals, crime or loss of community, we are stronger together. Don't leave this work to be done by your children. Absolutely agree with that. We've got to do it now before we are flushed down the toilet. It went on to claim the majority of Australians were on its side and referenced a Lowy Institute poll from June that 53% of the population say that total number of migrants entering the country each year was too high. This is a transformation that we never sought, not consented to. Our political elite ignore the views of the majority, yet call it democracy. Yeah, facts. The statement continued. Yeah, this is where I have most of my issues. The people deciding the rules for us are academics who have gone to university and been indoctrinated. They're not your local milk bar worker or Woolies cashier. No, the people deciding what you do are up here, and they have no idea what the rest of us want. In Bob Hawke's biography, he stated there is an implicit agreement the parties not to discuss migration. The Labour Liberal Uni Party both controlled their donors and had a 25% difference in migration intake at the last election. Same policy, different branding. It's time for change. The group went on to target one group of individuals, claiming more Indians in 5 years had arrived in Australia than Greeks and Italians in 100 years. And that's just from one country. We know migration has cultural impact. This isn't a slight cultural change. It's replacement, plain and simple. Australia is not an economic zone to be exploited by international finance. If Albo, the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, and opposition leader Susan Ley won't make a stand, it's up to us. Make your voice heard. According to the Department of Home Affairs, the Indian-born population is the second largest behind the United Kingdom living in Australia. The number of Indian immigrants has more than doubled in 10 years since 2013, with 848,000 living in Australia as of June 2023. What? 1 million of them? Wow. It equates to about 10% of the country's overseas born population. Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke has labelled the rally un-Australian. There is no place in our country for people who seek to divide and undermine our social cohesion, he said earlier this month. His idea of social cohesion must mean burning the Australian flag and promoting the Palestine rallies. We stand with modern Australia against these rallies. Nothing could be less Australian. Their plans comes just weeks after the Sydney Harbour Bridge was shut down by pro-Palestinian ralliers calling for action amid the growing famine crisis in Gaza. Police estimated 90,000 people attended, while organisers say the figure was close to 300,000. Fears of clashes between groups. The march has sparked concern from authorities, with left-wing groups vowing to stamp out the demonstrations in Melbourne. Yeah, good fucking luck. You have no leg to stand on. There are going to be probably 100,000 proud Australians, and you think they're going to stop just because you're there? We'll go straight through. Victorian socialists have called for an anti-fascist mobilisation at the State Library. Yeah, good luck to yous, eh? A few blocks from Flinders Street Station where the anti-immigration rally is to be held. On the Sunday, the 31st of August, a March for Australia nationwide rally is calling for an Australia for the white man only, it reads. That is BS. It's not for the white man. It's for every Australian that feels like an Australian, that is proud to hold up the Australian flag, but knows we have problems here, where we're letting far too many people in. This is a serious attack on Indigenous, black, brown, migrants, refugees and Palestinians. That is bullshit. The racist rally, will be at the same time as the weekly Free Gaza protests, claiming to take back the streets from the Free Palestine movement. Gather at 11 a.m. for anti-fascist mobilisation at State Library. Rally speeches will begin at 12 o'clock. This march will commence at 12:15 p.m. We need to bring in huge numbers, so bring your friends, family, workmates, defend the Palestine movement and help us bring an anti-racist, anti-fascist coalition that can stamp out the politics of the far right. Police across major capital cities are aware of the March for Australia rallies. I mean, what's to be said? Left-wingers are always delusional. If they think they have a chance to take on the 100,000 strong pro-Australia people, good luck. You're gonna need it. Look, I even used to be more left-leaning back in like 2016. But it was a sickness and it's an illness. And it just makes me laugh. Because I'm pretty sure during the pro-Palestinian rallies, we left them alone. We were peaceful. Us right-wing Australians, right? Really just Australians, proud Australians. We left them alone. But when we have a pro-Australia and say we're sick of mass immigration, we have to have counter-protesters. Can you see how the left operate? They're not all there. Anyway, guys, I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments section below. Please smash the like button on this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. God bless.